What's up, everybody, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about the September interest rate hike that everyone has been kind of going back and forth about. There's been a few articles that have been released recently saying that September will be the last rate hike. I've seen articles from Scotiabank, CIBC, Bank of Canada. No one really knows what's going to happen. So today we're going to talk about our opinions on what's going to happen, the trends we're seeing, and what will likely happen in the near future.
So first and foremost, September 7th, we're 100% seeing an increase anywhere from what I personally think is 0.5% to another 1%.
1%?
As high as that it could be, and I also don't want to be wrong. So if I give if I give a larger frame, then it could be anything.
It could be an interest rate hike from 0.10 to
999. We're going all the way up. No, but honestly, it will be another, large increase. It's not going to be a 25 kind of basis point increase, I don't think anyway, because I personally think that it may not be the last. I know there's lots of articles out there that are saying this is going to be the top. It really does depend on what happens to the market, as they've been watching closely and reacting to what's happening with the inflation numbers as well. So we're going to see what this increase actually does to the market, and maybe you could say of what you think in terms of listings, sales, what you think is going to happen.
I'll share my big, I think, again, we don't know what's going to happen. I think, again, there's one coming in September. How that's going to affect everything, we don't know. But the one thing that no one talks about, and it's kind of a cool graph, is since I think it's the last 7 years consecutively, and I've sent this video to a lot of my clients. I'll show the actual graph, and I have a graph I can show if you want to see it. Just email me, or message me on here. But essentially, for the last 7 years, July and August have been historically the lowest sales volume months in history, and it's for good reason. We live in Canada. Our summers are really short and quick. In July and August are the nicest months of the year. Everyone wants to go out, go to cottages, travel.
I don't complain about getting a little slower.
No, it's always
it's okay.
Every
I want to go to the cottage too.
Seriously.
So it's
every realtor I know is away right now. It's everyone's taking their vacation, and we're seeing an even bigger drop, obviously because of interest rates. But keep in mind, we're also seeing a bigger drop because it's been COVID for the last 3 years. This is our first summer that we've been kind of free. Unvaccinated people haven't taken vacation in 2.5 years, so all those people are traveling again now. So I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but if we follow the trends from the previous 7 years, we do always see a sales volume upswing in September, October, and then it kind of drops down again November, December, because it's holiday season.
So it's going to be interesting coupled with this interest rate hike. What is actually going to happen? Is it the perfect storm that people are now used to the higher interest rates? We're used to qualifying them in maybe different ways, or they're used to that stress test, whatever it is, or more people are realizing, hey, these properties are a lot cheaper now. We can actually get them at the discount. If I run the numbers and I can afford the actual monthly payment and the budget, it still might be a great time for me to jump on this opportunity, in turn bringing that volume back up.
That's what I mean too, and a lot of the articles that you see out there, we're just talking about this. If any of these news articles are watching this, don't come at me, don't cancel me, but BlogTO, Narcity, 6buzz, if you're relying on your real estate information from 6buzz, I'm sorry, it's a 15-year-old kid writing this article with clickbait. You're in for a world of trouble.
He's definitely coming.
Yeah, sorry, I follow your account, big fan, just not for real estate news. I don't know. But I mean, these articles, and a lot of them are so generic, Canadian house prices have dropped 25%. You can't even compare Toronto, because it's not even GTA, Toronto. There's so many different pockets. We live downtown.
It's all about the micro market trends, right?
There's
that
buildings.
Are totally different.
We live downtown, and
my condo from your condo is a 5-minute drive, but entirely different.
Way different.
Appreciation, depreciation,
even 4 blocks away, depending on the certain builders. The downtown core in we call it we break it down by C districts, CO1, CO2, whatever, different areas. So the downtown core is CO1, and it's even broken down more. The Niagara part of that, which is Liberty Village, King West, it's actually only down year over year 6.8%. So you can't compare downtown Toronto to Calgary or Edmonton or Windsor or Sudbury. Those places are the ones that are going to drop way different than we. It's just,
of course, you can't compare those entirely different provinces as compared to even the markets that are down the street from each other in Toronto or the GTA, right? And also, obviously, they're all clickbaity type articles that may be saying, the home prices have dropped by X since February, or year over year it's dropped by X, whatever it is. It's always kind of a bit of market or number manipulation to get you to click on that, right? So it's 50% drop. Well, it was in sales volume month over month is totally different than 50% house price drop. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like $1 million home. It's now 500,000. You definitely
Yeah.
jump on it. Go find
100%.
those, go find those places, right? So I think that's a big factor takeaway that needs to be.
Yeah, I think too, like there's a lot of, again, like, I mean, we're in the industry, we're in the business, we're in it pretty much every single day, but and there's a lot of people out there that are getting their information from these like, ill-informed sources, and then you got a lot of keyboard warriors and people that just, if they say inflation too much, they become, economists. So, I mean, I'm getting there.
Yeah, you're close, man.
Close. This is my guess. Don't cancel me. Don't come at me.
I'm coming
Hold on,
for
there's
you
gonna be-
after this.
there's gonna
I'm
be-
commenting on this video. This guy doesn't know anything.
I think we're gonna see a pause in rate hikes maybe through the rest of this year, and then into the new year, maybe we see some more micro increases.
Are you saying that because I just said it to you 5 minutes ago over there before the video?
Inflation is a real thing.
So now I don't even have an opinion. I can't even say mine because that's it. So, well, you heard it here from Dave. In case it's wrong, it's all him.
If it's right, it's me. If it's wrong,
Yeah.
he told me earlier. Just saying.
Good stuff. In all seriousness, the rate increases are going to continue to come September 7th, 100%, and we don't know. I don't have any clairvoyance, so I don't know what's actually going to happen in the future or into the next year, but my prediction is there may still be some small interest rate hikes. So if you're planning on purchasing a property now, still budget it into your budgeting and breakdown of what your monthly cost could potentially rise up to if you're taking a variable or adjustable rate. I think it's better to have a worst case scenario and make sure that you can budget accordingly for that and afford the property than putting the best case scenario, which I think a lot of people did with those super low adjustable and variable rates a year ago.
There's a lot of talk about recession and inflation and all these things, but at the end of the day, real estate is always cyclical. If you look back to 100 years ago, there's always ups and downs in real estate, and it's impossible to time the real estate market. We've said this in a million videos. You're not gonna figure out how to time it perfectly, and by just waiting and waiting and waiting, it might not do any good. Not saying that you have to rush and buy. I'm saying that when you're comfortable and you're able to weather this potential interest rate hike storm, if you're able to do so, you're gonna get a discount on the price, which will essentially just build your equity faster in the future. But no one knows what's gonna happen. Any realtor, mortgage agent that says they know what's gonna happen, they're lying to you. We're just really basing everything based on past statistics and graphs and charts and numbers and trying to analyze everything the best we can for you.
Yeah.
Whenever
and
people
while we're doing that, we're still also in sort of unprecedented times,
Right.
potentially, of the depreciation that's happening and the interest rate rising. We never had a global pandemic before that's started this, and then all the other factors in the world and economy and everything that's going on, right? So it's like, that's why it's so hard for people to have that definitive answer for you out there, and no one really does. But we can sort of predict and prepare is the best way if you're looking to buy right now.
the main thing, this whole video, I think, is just make sure that you're not basing, well, of course, obviously talk to us, we know what we're talking about, and we'll have, we'll at least guide you in the right direction. Whenever you're reading these articles online, or if you have want some clarity on anything you're seeing and just want to have a conversation, you can call us. We talk about this all the time together, and we'll gladly have a conversation with you as well if there's anything you want to try to get clarity on. And because again, a lot of these articles are very vague and it's very doomsday-ish, and
I think a lot of people just read the clickbait title,
Yeah.
and then that's what it is, and not even the content or what it's about or where they're getting those facts or statistics or what they're pulling that from. So it's important to kind of understand what you're reading and what those number manipulation might be happening out there as well.
yeah, like TikTok is not a credible economist source. If you're not buying a house because you saw a TikTok thing, please don't call me. I'm kidding, you can still call me. But anyways, with that being said, we appreciate you guys watching our videos, and if you have anything
Thanks
to
so
add to
much.
this, I'm sure there's going to be a million comments. Actually, probably not, but there might be a few comments here that want to argue or rebuttal or have their point, an opinion. You're allowed to have your opinion, just so you know. You're allowed to have an opinion. You're allowed to say whatever you want. If you want to comment below and let us know what you think, please feel free to do so, and we'll gladly have a conversation. There's no need to argue, but if you want to have a conversation, we would love to. And please, thank you so much for hitting the subscribe button and notification button so you don't miss any videos we put out, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thanks.